Hey guys, how's it going? My name is always, and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode. In the last episode, we were working on a couple of different things. We were working with Immersive Engineering a bit. We went to the Nether, and we were plotting out our future home. So I wanted to wait around to sleep so that we could go out today. I went a little bit of mining. Not much. I got a bunch of appetite. Not that we're going to use that for much of anything, at least not in the foreseeable future. But I found something that I thought I'd bring you guys in for and show off. But yeah, so the plan for today and just in general is, well, we're going to work our way through some mods. We need to work through Immersive Engineering so that we can get into Mechanism. And Mechanism is where I kind of want to start doing a lot of stuff. So let's see, right down here, somewhere down here, there was an apatite vein that I mined out that gave us a lot of apatite. It was only one vein that I vein minered, but there was some iron here, and it unlocked a bunch of like ores, and I think this might be like one of those nodes or something. I'm not entirely sure, but there is a bunch of stuff here. So we're going to grab as much as we can. There is a cave on the other side, so we do need to be somewhat careful. When I was down here just a moment ago, there was some creepers. But there's a bunch of gold, a bunch of copper, which this is like way too low for copper usually, I think anyways. What's the recipes? World generation. I want on Earth, or whatever it's going to call it, overworld. I guess it can spawn relatively rarely lower elevation, so this might not have been anything, but it was still like kind of surprising to see just a huge supply of ore all in one place. I have a feeling that this mod pack really messes around with ore generation, which is fine by me. The less I have to go mining and all that kind of stuff, the better off will be in the long run. So like I love just being able to work on the automation. And that was I thought that was it looked like an iron sword for a second. But yeah, I like being able to work on like automation and stuff like that more than having to go mining and all that fun stuff. There's something dying down there, probably in lava or something. So there's some more tin. We're going to want a good bit of tin and copper because we're also going to work towards a couple of other mods, specifically forestry. Let's also grab a bunch of marble. We'll need that for later. But yeah, the more stuff we can grab, the better off we'll be. And I don't want to break our pick, but if we do, we do. Alright, so I think that's about all we're going to get out of that for right now. So pretty good haul, I think. So let's get back up to the surface and get to work. So we're also going to need to go to the Nether today to go collect some stuff. Specifically from blazes. We need blaze powder for a lot of stuff, including getting into Mechanism. So you might be wondering, why am I trying to rush Mechanism so quickly? Well, rushing implies quickly. Why am I trying to get into Mechanism so soon? Well, pretty much the reason is power. Mechanism has one of the better power sources in the game. So I'd really like to have access to that very soon. Do we have any more osmium? Let's go cook up a little bit of this. That will give us one. Do we get ore duplication? I don't remember anymore. Smeltery. No. So it doesn't really matter. We're just going to get a little bit of osmium. We're going to need a lot more to get into Mechanism, but that's going to be okay. So what is the things we need? Well, let's take a look at our quest book. Not that quest. Immersive Engineering. So the next kind of step to continue on is blueprints. We need to get crafting components blueprints. So what those are going to do for us, what are those? Modular machinery. I don't know much about that. I know very little about that mod. So once we get to that point, it might be interesting. Anyways, lag spike. It's gonna happen every once in a while. But there is our osmium pickaxe. Good as new. So we need the crafting components blueprints, which requires some blue dye, some paper, iron, aluminum, and copper. Well, we have copper, we have iron, we have aluminum, we have some blue dye, and we have paper. Cool. So that should be pretty easy to go ahead and get. So crafting components, I think, is the main thing we need. We're going to get a loot chest for that. We'll open those later. And that's going to allow us to make, so I can show off what that does. Let's go ahead and put our engineer's workbench down right here. Sure, why not? So we put that blueprint in, and we can now make the mechanical components, circuit boards, and vacuum tubes. And all of those are going to be really important. The vacuum tubes are really nice for making, not that, there's one of the locked things that has, you know what, let's do something cool. Let's go to the gates. So we need, let's see, extra utilities machine block. Machine block. This guy, we're going to bookmark. I believe this one, yeah, we can use iron sheet metal, which is just iron sheets, and a vacuum tube to make a machine block, which is pretty cheap. Whereas this one requires a basic machine casing, which is a lot more stuff. Although you get 4 for each recipe, it's still pretty bad. And reinforced stone, which is, actually not that hard to make in this. Oh man, thankfully. That is usually one of the worst things to make ever. But the engineer's blueprints is going to come in handy. The next thing in immersive engineering it's going to want us to do is make all the metal presses. Metal press molds, rather. Which we're going to want those, but we're going to want those more when we have power. So we're going to back off on that for just now. The big thing that we need is blast bricks. So blast bricks is the next thing that's on our list. And there's 2 types. We need the reinforced for the steel casing, as well as the steel mechanical components. But in order to get steel, we need the blast brick itself. So to get this, we're going to need nether bricks and bricks. And we're going to need quite a few of this. So we'll probably want to go ahead. Do we have another chest we can put next to here? And we'll store our blueprints in there. We can get blueprints other ways, by the way, from villages and all that kind of fun stuff. But we're going to want to cook up a stack of clay, I think. That should be enough. And let's open this loot chest. We got mana steel. Cool. Not super useful, but kind of cool. So let's head into the Nether, and we're gonna go mine up some. We need nether brick, the item, which comes from nether rack. Alternatively, we could pulverize nether bricks themselves, but we don't have access to the pulverizer yet. We won't for a very long time. Machine frames require, yeah, it's gonna be a while before we get to that point. So let's go to the Nether. We have smattering of armor. We have plenty of food. We have a cactus broadsword. We need to upgrade our weapon. Hold up, 1 second. So if we want to get a good weapon, what do we want to make it out of? I think the first thing we need to do is grab some aluminum brass and cobalt. Manulin would be the best. So let's make some manulin. We can always get more stuff. And I think we're going to need that guy, yes. So we want to make a sword blade. So let's come over here. Sword blade. And we want to just make a stone one so that we can cast it out. No big deal there. And The aluminum brass is already done. We can cast that out, no problem. Now we can start making sword blades. So the type of sword that I want to make, let's see, what else we're going to want to use for? Cactus would be nice, but I don't know that we have much, if any, cactus. We do have a really good watering can. So if we could get a cactus, that could be useful. You could also use bone. So what we're gonna want is, we're not gonna make a standard sword. We are going to make a katana. Some of these I'm not familiar with. Katanas are new. But I want to make a rapier. This thing is really good. It's very quick striking, but it does have, or at least it used to, I don't know if it still does. A lot of my knowledge from these mods come from older versions, and a lot of them changed in 1.10, 1.12. We're currently in 1.12, so a lot of them are a little bit different. But the katana, the rapier used to have the ability of, it would armor pierce. So that's what we're going to go for. And so we need a cross guard. So we need a stencil table. That is this one, cross guard, part builder. And we're going to want a cross guard. Can we make it out of bone? It does add fractured. That could be really good. Cactus is something else that I'd like to use, but we haven't found a desert, and we don't have any cactus yet. Is there an easy way to get cactus? Cactus comes from Nature Essence, World Gen, only in deserts. Arid Gardens, which come from deserts as well. We can turn slime balls into, yeah, we're gonna have to find a desert, I think. So that's something we'll want to do at some point. So I don't think cactus is gonna be available to us. Let's real quick go search the town over here. Maybe there's some cactus at the market thing over this way. But I don't really have much hope. There are melons, which is kind of nice as well. How's our nutrition? We need dairy. Grain fruit. S'mores don't have anything. What else do we need? Veggies. I mean, this has all that stuff, so we'll continue eating the zucchini. So I think we got all the chests over here. And I don't think we have any cactus, so that's going to be a no on this one. Yeah, my thoughts exactly, villager. We might not be able to get cactus for a little bit still. Hey. Oh, you're a nitwit. Dang it. Okay. So we'll just have to go with bone, I think, will be good. And then let's go with the treated wood handle. Or some sort of wood. Because I think that will be the best for us. Now, do we have enough manulin in here? We have 1 ingot. We need 2, don't we? Yep. So let's get those back melting. So we definitely need more cobalt and ardite. But we'll get a new sword. We'll head into the Nether. We'll do some work there. Let's make the bone crossguard, I guess. And I mean, presumably we could switch parts, I guess. But let's see. Let's put that away. What else could we use for a handle? I mean, we could just use normal wood. We could use paper, but that'd be modifiers. I don't think we really want that. We could use flint. That's not an awful idea. But let's use wood. I think. Oops. I did not put the ardite in there. That's a little bit of a mistake. So let's grab some treated sticks, I guess, and make a handle. So that gives it the ecological ability, which allows it to repair over time. It's very slow, but it does eventually work. And we're going to need more lava and all that kind of stuff. We'll worry about that later. So for right now, we're going to make a better weapon. We're going to grab a bow. That is something good to have, as well as a flint and steel. We're going to store some stuff in here that we don't necessarily need. We don't need the quest book currently. We don't need all of this food. That's fine. Okay. So with that, we're also going to go ahead and I'm going to smelt up some iron because we're going to want that. So with that taken care of, we can go to the Nether, we can grab all the remainder of the stuff that we need, and we'll have a brand new shiny sword to do work. So there we go. So this can do 6.62 versus 5, a lot more damage, and we can retire that guy in there. So not bad. We need arrows, which are in this chest. Yes. Alright, let's go to the Nether. So what we need is a bunch of netherrack as well as blaze rods. So that's the big things we're going to need. We get that and then we'll be good to go. So once we can start making steel, right, pigmen don't like you picking up ores in this at all. So let's finish this up a little bit. And eventually I'll make this nice and neat. I don't think the pigmen are super duper angry at me right now. But we're going to want to grab a good bit of netherrack. We're going to ignore the ores. We can do cool things with that later. You know what? Let's go to a wall. And that was very dangerous. It unfortunately took the stuff underneath me. That wasn't smart. Alright, let's eat some food. So we got plenty of netherrack now. So where is... Do we know where a thing is yet? I don't think we do. We need to go find... Is that a volcano? There's a ghost down there. Alright, let's work our way down here. The Nether isn't like awfully scary. Ooh. Blazing pyrotheum? Nether wart blocks. Now, I don't know if we can do anything with that. Can we turn that into nether wart? We can. Some blue fires. There's a ghost. Wraith, whatever. This guy's actually kind of strong. What do we get? A soul bead. Alright, interesting. So what is this stuff? Ash blocks. And we have the blue fires already. Ooh, there's some blazes. Ow. Alright, let's get in. Ow. This is hurting, but... Oh, come on. There we go. Blaze rod. Blaze shot. And now the blaze should die. We only got one blaze rod, though, so that is not good. Let's eat some bread, I guess. So we need to find a fortress. I That's going to be our best bet for getting plenty of blaze rods. We already have the amazingness that is nether wart, so if we grab some soul sand before we leave, we can grow plenty of that. Wow, that is a lot of nether quartz. Yeah, I think this mod pack changes ore generation pretty dramatically. No complaints here. That is always nice. Like I said, the less we have to go out and mine, the better off we'll be. So we're not really well equipped to do too much nether explorations, but good enough, I guess. Alright, let's eat some more zucchini. And so long as the pigmen never get angry at me, we should be okay. Oh man, that's scary. Lots of lava. Gotta be careful where you jump. And especially with our sword, jumping backwards can also be bad. Alright, so this is an growth area. We might find some different things. There's some wisps. So long as they leave me alone. So this is overgrown netherrack. It breaks into normal netherrack, I do believe. Ow. Burning blossoms are not what we want. There is a couple other ways to get blaze powder, which is what we're after. But they also require a desert. So we could always just try to, rather than trying to get the blaze rods and all that kind of stuff, we could try to find, we could focus on like traveling and exploration and go try to find a desert, because that's where the cinder flames are. That would give us access to a lot of blaze powder, but not nearly as much as a fortress would. So we just gotta find a fortress. Now this area is very dangerous because lava likes to spawn everywhere. As you can see from the map, there's a ton of little lava pools, and there's a fortress. What is going on? So don't touch the blue fires. Blue fires are very bad. Alright, let's eat, I guess, some bread, and we have a fortress. So journey map, waypoint, new, fortress. Alright, so let's get in there and see what we can do. So terrible fortress. And just drop on in. There is a blaze spawner right over there, I think. Or is that a zombie pigman? No, okay, there's a zombie pigman in front of it. There's also a blaze spawner there. Alright, let's get away. I don't really want to fight the blazes at the spawner because we want to do more close range stuff. Pigman, you kind of scared me. There's also plenty of treasures to be had. Ooh, what do we have? Capacitor, iridium shards, infinity bimetal gears, antidote charms, lava charms. Ooh, the lava charms. That is a good thing to have. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Alright, so here is another. Wow, that is unfortunate generation. Okay, so we can't take everything. We don't need all the netherrack. Alright, cool. So there is a little bit of stuff. We can go farther down, but this just dead ends. Ugh. Alright, so this might not be the best of fortresses to find, but it is a fortress. Hey. Let's eat. Come on. And we'll just shoot them, I guess, for a little bit. I'd like them very much to come over here, but we'll see what they do. Anyways, this episode turned into a lot of fighting mobs rather than what I originally planned, which was to try to progress a little bit through the through Immersive Engineering. But I mean, it makes sense. We can't really do much until we have the resources needed. So yeah, this is so weird. Lava is like everywhere. Anyways, there's also some glowstone which we could grab if we wanted to. What is this used for? Soul powder. Which doesn't seem to have much use. Alright, so there is a wither skeleton down here. There's also a lot of lava. Yuck. I guess let's fight him. And chunk of flesh, necrotic bone, normal bones. What is this? Wither ash. And we're at a dead end. Alright. So I guess we don't have that much stuff. So I'll tell you guys what. I think, is this used for anything? We can turn it into aspects. We'll cure poison or wither effects. Sure. And this guy allows you to stand in lava for 10 seconds without taking lava damage. Cool. Does not work with fire. But, so I guess what we can do... I need to kill some blazes. And I think this area is going to be the best. Unfortunately, there's... Oh, no, this is... Is this the same one? Yes, okay. If we can avoid that spawner and just come over here to this spawner, we should be able to kill things fast enough. And not have too much of an issue. So we just need to get, I don't know, about 10 or so blaze rods. So I will tell you guys what, I'm going to end the episode off here. I am going to farm up the blaze rods and then get out of here, hopefully without dying. And then next time, we'll start back at the base and start working through Immersive Engineering a little bit more, as well as just in general trying to get a little bit done with progression, but also planning out the house a little bit better and all that kind of fun stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm going to be here for a little bit, and I got to figure out my way back home. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!